Hello Terrarians, my name is World Tree, and welcome back to our Mage Let's Play. Now today will be another one of those Speedbuild videos. Why? Because I feel like it. Alright, so actually, what we are going to be doing today is making this place that we are standing in here, our base, an actual tower. And it hasn't been a wizard's tower at all, and that has bothered the crap out of me because I want me a wizard's tower! And so that's what we're doing, and I don't know, I just hadn't done anything with this for a while, and I had no idea what to do with this room here that I'm standing in, but I know now, and you will soon see. Yeah, but first, I must apologize for the lack of videos, last week, or this week. I don't know, does Sunday end or begin a week? Who knows? Nurse is at it again. What is she doing? She's being crazy. Who knows? Alright, the reason for that lack of videos was actually because my life be hectic right now. And, I haven't had time. Well, no, that's a lie. I've had time to record videos. I just haven't been in a place to record videos. See, that's sometimes why I do these Speedbuild videos, because I don't have to worry about background noise or where I'm at. I can just build, and if I have to pause it, I can. And I can just pick up the video where I left off while recording, you know? I can do good stuffs like that. But I can't with a normal episode. So that's what we are doing today, because I am not only in a Terraria mood, I am in a building mood. So I actually need to go grab some materials. But, oh hey! It's officially Halloween in Terraria, look! The bunny looks like slime. Yeah. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab some materials and we're gonna start on building this tower. Yes! Alright, see you after the build. Bye! Alright guys, today's episode is going to be Chaos styled with this nice commentary voiceover because Chaos is an amazing builder, and I've just got to say, this is a nice tribute to him, and he's falling on some hard times, guys. Go check him out if you haven't seen him. But here we go, right in. Okay, guys, for this space right here, I just felt like a library was a great choice, because this is a wizard's tower, right? And what wizard's tower isn't complete without a library for the vast sea of magical books and knowledge? Now, I wanted to fill up the space but still leave kind of an open look, and so I left these floating bookcases here, and then I didn't like the original bookcases I went with, which were normal wood, so I switched to boreal, and then I put that up there, that nice little item frame, and my original plan was to, as I progressed, add more item frames and magic weapons, but then I changed my mind and I put that mana star there. I feel like it looks a lot nicer. Now that chain was kind of to mark where I was planning on originally putting my first spiral staircase, but then I was like, you know what, no, this isn't going to work here, because it would just kind of cover the nice magic window we got there. And I originally wanted to get the painter, but he died at some point, and then a door disappeared in the house he was living in, so I had to go do that, and I didn't get him for the rest of the build. Alright, so here I figured out where I wanted my nice spiral staircase, and then I realized those wooden beams would be in the way, and they didn't look right, so I moved them all out. And I just put one over here where this one is, and yeah, that looked pretty good. And then it was at this point right about that I realized, wait, we can't put platforms in front of these. So I destroyed it, put all of those wooden beams back where they originally were, and then I just kind of sat there and thought about what I should use, and then I eventually settled on that lead fence, yeah. And then I used these metal shelves for the stairs to kind of give it a more foreboding or restricted feel. I don't know, because it's a mage's tower, and there are parts of a mage's tower that are restricted to normal people. Like, this first 2 floors are pretty much just, I don't know, open to public. Unlikely though, because it's a wizard. So, who knows. And then, so yeah, I ended up with those spiral staircases, and I think they looked pretty good, but I did not like the lead fence at all, whatsoever. Didn't like it. So at some point, I'll go back and change it, but due to the materials restriction that we have, we can't do anything about that. Yeah, and this is actually take 2 of this voiceover, because the first one, I went through the entire video, did a nice voiceover, sounded amazing, and then I realized I didn't record any of it. Alright, so there, just a second ago, I was deciding whether or not I should have 3 platform-wide stairs instead of 2, but then I realized, oh wait, that wooden beam is in the way again. And then for this, the walls of this 3rd floor here, I wanted to keep the original theme of the wood and the stone slab, but then I was like, I feel like I should change it up a little too. So I tried seeing what that gray brick would look like, didn't like it at all, but I decided I still wanted a gray brick in here somewhere. So I tried this, what I'm doing right now, to see if I could change things up a bit, just see what I could do. I even used Dynasty wood that I got in one of our previous episodes here or there, and I didn't really like that at all. So what I decided to do was disperse some gray brick throughout the build, or throughout these walls here, and I think it turned out pretty nicely. Now, here, what we're doing, I'm going to start limiting the amount of wood I use on each floor, just to kind of give it a progressively newer look. So, now that I'm thinking about it now, I should have done it the opposite way, where the bottom floors looked the newest, and then as you moved up, it kind of got weathered more due to weather and wear and tear and all kinds of things from rain, winds, yada yada. But hey, this is how it turned out, and I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm keeping that pattern of dispersing the materials throughout the different parts of the walls and the builds, and like I said, we're going to start using less and less wood. So especially with the backgrounds here that we're going to do soon, yeah, that's just how it's going to go. Now, as I was doing this, especially as I come to the 3rd floor in just a minute, I realized that this seems a little too enclosed for me. And I didn't like that at all. I didn't like how closed it felt. Now, I understand that wizards are kind of hermits usually in some cases, and really secluded and not part of society. So that would have been okay, but I still didn't like how enclosed it was. So what I decided, especially for this 3rd floor here, was that I was going to add windows, like the ones down on that 2nd floor, and that's what I do in just a minute. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, I don't like how enclosed this is. So I add the spots to get windows, but then I realized I don't have any glass at all. So I come down here, I grab a bunch of sand so I can go and make it into glass, but I almost die a few times just doing this. I mean, we're weak right now, guys. So I go, I make myself some glass, and then we come up here and I start doing the nice spiral staircase. So what my original plan was to do the spiral staircase straight up through the entire tower in that one spot. And that's what I started to do. Now, I looked at that as I was building it, and I kind of decided against it. It just didn't feel right to have just one spiral staircase straight up through the entire tower. I didn't like that at all. So at this point, I started destroying it, or this point right here. Yeah, I started destroying it, and then I was like, where else can I put it? I considered maybe doing it in the middle, kind of doing what I'm doing now. I'd put one over on this left side, and then one on the right side, and then on the left side. But I had considered maybe doing left side, middle, right side, and now that I'm thinking about it, that probably would have looked pretty cool, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out as well. Yeah, I'm just putting them all up, hammering them down again so that they look better. Yeah, that's all I'm doing at this point, and then as soon as I get up to that 5th floor there, I put in the glass to make the nice windows, and I hammer all of those blocks to make it look like the stone is there holding a window in. And I really like that effect. I don't remember where I found it out from, but I was watching a build video, and guess what I saw? That. And then I put up those gray brick right there in that little U of the stone slab, and I think that just looks really nice. It adds a bit more of texture, and I'm really happy with the way this 5th floor here turned out. Like, it just looks really nice. Other than that, I just start on, the backgrounds, and I wanted to continue with that theme of the more to less weathered and wear and tear look. And so as I moved up, I used less gray brick, more smooth stone wall, smooth stone, yeah. Anyways, and then I looked at it and I kind of thought, well, that looks a little too plain, and I didn't exactly like it how it was, so what I decided to do was add in a little bit more of that boreal wood. Now, like I said, I'm going to continue using less wood as we go up, to kind of make it look like less wood is showing behind the stone, or whatever. And that's what I did, and then eventually I added some of those other block walls. I can't remember what they're called. but they've got wood and stone. They look like gray brick with wood, and looks pretty nice in here. Like I said, I'd put in the window, plural, and then those looked too plain as well, so I kind of encased them in these wood beams here, but the one on the right was a little bit too right by about 1 block, so I couldn't put the wood beam where I wanted it, so I just moved it over 1 block, and I mean, that took just a little bit of time. And then from this point, I mean, we're pretty much done. Slime started falling from the sky, and yeah, like I was saying, guys, in part 3 of this tower build, we will either finish or get very close to finishing this mage's tower here. So stay tuned for that, guys. And this is the tower build, guys. Once again, it's not the complete tower, so yeah. We will be putting a roof in, maybe a couple more floors, but those floors I'm planning on extending outwards, so we get kind of an hourglass looking figure, and of course we'll have a nice pointy top for that roof. And once again, as we progress throughout this Let's Play, I'll be changing some things up, some materials that were used, and maybe just changing a lot in general. Other than that, I think this came out looking pretty nice. The one thing, though, about this build that really bothers me is those lead-painted fences. I need to change those to something. I have to change those. But other than that, it turned out really well, and I really like it. Thank you guys so very much for watching up to this point. Drop a comment down below of anything you'd like to see me do, tips, tricks, comments, concerns, and any suggestions for an October Halloween special video. I asked for that in my last video. Haven't gotten anything on it yet, anything at all. I would really like to know, because I'm a very unimaginative person, says the one standing in a very nice looking tower. Anyways, smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you want to stay up to date with current and future content, and hit that bell button, guys, because you'd be missing out if you didn't. Yeah, and if you do hit that subscribe button, welcome to the wonderful world of trees. Now, guys, I'm going to end this video right here and now, because there's nothing else I can do, and I'm also out of time. Alright, guys, see ya!